Dreamers, they never learn. Oh, hello! Welcome back to the only BBC you're ever going to need. It's the Blackford Book Club again. Welcome back. It's September the 1st. It's a Friday morning. We're in a new month. And I'm obviously having far too much fun talking to myself, reading aloud, and talking to you via the medium of the Matrix. I'm also singing Radiohead songs, so I must be in a good mood. I thought I'd read a few selected chapters from my first self-published book in April of 2023 from last year's FIFA World Cup. There'll probably be 6 or 7 to follow, and I thought we'd start with page 8, day 1. Under the banner headline, World Cup underway and under the spectre of the all-seeing eye. Qatar 0, Ecuador 2. Well, we're off. The carnival of the bazaar has commenced in Qatar, and it took just 2 minutes for the soul suckers and bureaucratic basket cases running VAR to spoil everyone's enjoyment. What larks! As television commentators around the world no doubt echoed the BBC with a huge celebration for the first goal of the World Cup, after 3 or 4 minutes of everyone staring at their shoes, they decided this goal, this very first goal of the World Cup, had been a trick of the light after all, and the all-seeing eye decided that we hadn't seen the first goal of the World Cup after all, and that great piece of instantaneous, live, sporting art and theatre simply had to be deleted. It never happened. Ain't that just swell? We can all point to the fact that the goal scorer of the now non-goal, the now deleted, never happened. Don't believe your lying eyes that actually saw the ball hit the back of the net in real-time goal Enner Valencia, would then score 2 further goals before the game reached its halfway point, but it's still criminally against the spirit of the beautiful game to have disallowed his goal in the first place and the very epitome of the slow decaying death of football worldwide. After the goal that wasn't, Valencia and the team he captained to an easy victory against this year's host nation all crowded together in a kind of celebratory prayer circle to toast the sheer joy of scoring the very first goal of an already horrifically tainted and distasteful World Cup. But the all-seeing eye in the sky said no, and after much hanging around and the killing of a once previously instantaneous and immediate game stone dead, continues at a pace. Surrounded by their blue and red crowns of doom, VAR suggested a player's knee, yes his knee, was offside, and rather than the majesty of the immediate joy of a goal and the spirit of a vibrant game, we instead all hung around waiting for a ghoul in a suit to press a few buttons and be the killjoy of a system that should be buried in the very centre of Middle-earth and treated as hazardous waste for all eternity. VAR, the death knell of the beautiful game. VAR really mirrors the decadent decay of a dying empire and a societal system hell-bent on sapping the fire and energy from the populace. Here, a sporting crowd, which seemed bizarrely and rigidly separated into a strict form of societal and sporting class, and crucially, far more than is normally accepted or expected, are not treated as fans or spectators anymore, but merely consumers and tourists, expected to cheer and order and look to the big screens and wait patiently while they disbelieve their very own lying eyes. No off-the-cuff fun here, just the organised fun of a despot intent on bureaucratic rules of order and correctness. But football is gloriously immediate, theatre, art and instantaneous sporting delight or dilemma. But this isn't football. This is puerile, sterile, staid and oh so bloody correct for the vampiric betting companies who will laugh all the way to the Bahamas by the time this ugly sideshow has left town. So much for all that. The football? All over within half an hour. Ecuador may squeak out of the group, but Qatar were dreadful with a capital D, and I can't see them scoring, let alone gaining any points from their matches with either the Netherlands or Senegal, both of which will surely beat them with relative ease in the coming matches. Ecuador had far too much professional nous combined with a zest and energy sadly lacking from a host team who seemed as though they'd only met half an hour before kick-off. Dreadful, with a capital D. The competition will surely kick off in earnest tomorrow with England surely to demolish Iran, though I reserve the right to laugh riotously if they don't, before the 2 most intriguing games later in the day. I truly hope Senegal will give the Netherlands more than a fright, and Sadio Mane opens his goal scoring account in a win for the African nation before our near neighbours Wales take on the evil empire of the USA. My predictions for tomorrow's games: England 1, Iran 0, horrendously wrong. Senegal 1, Holland 1, wrong again. Wales 2, USA 0, guess what, wrong. So we're off. The World Cup is underway and VAR has already made a crunching two-footed challenge in midfield and killed the joy out of the beautiful game. Alas, it is here to stay and won't be making for the early exit along with the host nation and the thousands of privileged tourists who left the stadium long before the game's final whistle. It's football, but we need to free ourselves from the shackles of the unnecessary, unwanted and bureaucratic monstrosity that is VAR. It's just not cricket sport. Not at all. So that brings us to the end of day one from the 2022 FIFA World Cup and some added extras that I'm going to be recording on this glorious Friday morning as I talk to myself into the medium of the matrix. But I thank you for finding me in that particular matrix. There'll be links below, as usual, for ways to buy this book that I show like Debbie McGee, some magician's assistant. There'll also be links below for ways to support me other than that. I'm just larking around in a corner of the room, inspired hopefully by Salvador Dali. And I'll stop rambling and stop waffling. I've finally completed a take which is half decent. Blimey. I leave you in peace and solidarity as ever. And I do sincerely thank you for watching.